Hi, have you or someone you know ever experienced hyperactive and impulsive behaviors associated with ADHD? If so, what were some of the challenges that you faced, and how did you cope with them? Here are 9 areas of hyperactivity and impulsivity symptoms in ADHD. 1. Fidgeting with hands or feet. Often fidgets with hand or feet, or squirming in seat. For example, tapping hands or feet. Playing with a pencil or pen, fiddling with an item, or squirming in one's seat. 2. Leaving seat in situations when remaining seated is expected. For example, getting up from one's desk during class or leaving a meeting without permission. In adults, this may be having different excuses for the need of movement, such as going to the toilet, or getting up to make a coffee or tea for themselves or others, putting their hands up for a post office run. 3. Often feels restless. Often runs about or climbs in situations where it is not appropriate. In adolescents or adults, this may be limited to feeling restless. 4. Often unable to engage in activities quietly. Unable to play or engage in leisure activities quietly. For example, making excessive noise while playing video games, or constantly talking during a movie or reading a book. 5. Acting as if driven by a motor. Often on the go, or acting as if driven by a motor, or having an extreme amount of energy. In adults, they may be doing something all the time, always go go go. Uncomfortable being still for extended times. Or having a busy mind, lots of thoughts. Some describe themselves, "My brain goes a million miles a minute." 6. Often talks excessively. During a class or meeting or social conversations, a person with ADHD may find it difficult to regulate their speech and talk excessively. Even when others are not interested or engaged, they may dominate conversations and others can get a word in. 7. Blurting out an answer before a question has been completed. Often blurts out the answer before the question is completed, or finishing the sentence for others. Or answering a question before it has been fully asked. Some people with ADHD may say that the other person talked too slow, and they just want to speed up the conversations. 8. Difficulty waiting their turn. Often has difficulty waiting his or her turn, for example, waiting in lines, red light. It is not uncommon for adults with ADHD get a fine for speeding or red light. In children, they have difficulty waiting for their turns in a game. 9. Often interrupts or intrudes on others. For example, impulsively intruding on others when they are talking or doing something. The first 6 behaviors are related to hyperactivity, and the last 3 behaviors are related to impulsivity. In adults, they may be able to suppress their hyperactivity and impulsivity to some extent, as they know they need to be polite or act socially appropriately. However, suppressing their behaviors often lead to a high level of self-consciousness and stress, resulting in anxiety. To diagnose ADHD in adults, at least 5 symptoms of hyperactivity and impulsivity are required to make the diagnosis of ADHD. And several symptoms must be present prior to age 12. and have persisted since, on a consistent basis for at least 6 months, and cause significant interference in daily life, work, and social. For children under the age of 17, at least 6 symptoms of inattention are required. Again, the symptoms or experiences are not present only during periods of high stress, depression, or anxiety. The symptoms or experiences are not being related or triggered by drugs, caffeine, or other stimulants. The symptoms or experiences are not related or caused by sleep problems. In our next video, we'll be diving into the female with ADHD, so be sure to tune in to learn more. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay updated on all our future videos. Thanks for watching.